Hi, I'm Paige, and my top topic for my documentary is niche movies slash characters, and I'll be interviewing myself and giving information about like such niche movies and characters, especially ones I either grew up with or and specifically my favorite ones that like pretty much recently worked in the past few years. Okay, so the first question is, what are niche movies? Niche movies are movies that were made and didn't do so well, probably in the movie theaters and box office. They have they're not that well known, like in their own little niche in a sense. Like for the example, The Wizard of Oz. Is there's like a lot of like Western well-known movies that probably in The Wizard of Oz that are not well known. Well, in a sense, and probably didn't do so well, and not a lot of people have seen them. Only like certain fans that probably saw the movie when they're like really young, or like they just stumbled upon it and did not know about it whatsoever till they randomly stumbled upon the said movie. And my second question is, what are niche characters? It's pretty much the similar thing to the movies, but like the character isn't well known. Like, say if there's like a book series, and like it's about like a 5-book long series. And like the first book, maybe the first like 2 books may get adapted to movies, and the other 3 books don't get adapted as much. And the newer characters in the last 3 books will not be well known by the general public. Like one of my favorite characters, as example of who I dressed up for this past Halloween, and Scraps the Patchwork Girl. She is a Wizard of Oz character that appeared in the 7th book by L. Frank Baum, the original author of the original Wizard of Oz book, which has been adapted in a lot since it was published, in plays, in movies, and such. And my third question is, why are these 2 things niche, the characters in movies? It's probably that they weren't marketed well, and they were kind of left in the dust for, as I said a little bit ago, for people to stumble over and find, and that they have no idea what it was about or anything. And like it might have also gotten overshadowed by a much more popular movie or medium. Question number 4 is, what are the different kinds of niche movies slash characters? This can go from like different things like horror, fantasy, really anything. Like of course, like some of my favorite movies or like pretty much like what some people consider probably like nightmare fuel movies from like the 80s. He's like my favorite examples from this is like Return to Oz and The Never Ending Story, which did scare a good amount of people if you look at it. And also mention Scraps too. Number 5 is, how do you know about these niche movies? For some movies, I kind of like stumbled upon them, and through like YouTube or something like that. Like I'm sorry that if I'm using like Return to Oz as an example, because that's one of my favorite movies. I stumbled across like a YouTube video of talking about the movie, and I decided to give it a watch, and I really enjoyed the movie and such, and other movies like that I pretty much watched by proxy because I was like too young to have a phone at the time, like a cell phone, or it was like too dark or too cold or too hot outside to play, like in the mud or something, and I just watched some of these like B movies from like the 50s. Is with my dad, like this movie about like giant 10 foot long ants, which I kind of found pretty entertaining at the age, So, I think there was this movie with a giant praying mantis that I remember watching, and I really enjoyed that. And pretty much number 6 is the same as question 5, but with characters. I kind of like, with scraps, I kind of like stumbled upon her through YouTube. Number 7 is, why do I like niche characters / movies? It's like what of the time, like from what I have seen, some of these niche movies are very charming in their own way. And some of them have very good like practical effects too. Again, I sound like a broken record here. Bring it up, Return to Oz again, and it's kind of like a mixed medium movie, kind of, with some puppets and mechanical animatronics in a sense for like the character TikTok in that movie. He was both like operated like a mechanical puppet, kind of how I say like Chucky the doll from the Chucky movies was kind of like operated behind the scenes, and also had stop motion for like the gnomes and the Gnome King in that movie. And it was pretty good. And number 8 for like how long have I liked these two like niche movies and characters? Is since I was like vastly young, and like since I was like 3. For question 9 is there someone you know that knows / likes niche movies / characters? Yes, and it's my dad, and because like he was the one that kind of got me into like into my enjoyment of niche things and such. And for my 10th and final question for myself is, what are the movie / characters, which I already said a lot. And this, which I give you like a slight rundown, is for movies, them, and some like a good chunk of the Gamera movies maybe, because I don't know how popular Gamera is within the general public. I just know that Gamera is not as well known as Godzilla. A good chunk of like the Wizard of Oz stuff, like especially like when it's like an older piece of media from like before the 90s, I say, because Oz has been around for like, as the time of this video is being recorded, over like 125 years old. So there's bound to be like a lot of niche movies / books and within the Wizard of Oz. And niche characters is Scrap Scamera, pretty much the vast majority of Oz characters that came in after the second or third Oz book. And anyways, that's it. Yeah.